Hello, Glitch Reaper here, and I'm back for what's going to be kind of the last section of my inventory pets review. Now, there will be some special sections, and, well, I'll go over that in a moment. But, the thing is, there's only a few more pets left, and they're very special. They're YouTuber pets and the legendary pets, so these are kind of into the line, and I'll briefly go over the last type of pet again. So, this is kind of it. So, I guess it's just time to go for it. So this will be the last set. We have YouTuber pets, and we have the legendary pets, and we have a quick review of the holiday pets. Now, the thing about the YouTuber pets is they're kind of like fan-suggested pets, except they were also kind of suggested by YouTubers, so they have kind of a special notification on them. But here we have the Juggernaut pet, and this one was apparently designed by Jigger, and it gives you a shield wall ability and weakens enemies on attack. Now, the shield wall ability, we'll see about that. Now, it takes some redstone, a nether star, a diamond, and an obsidian nugget to make it, and its favorite food is obsidian nuggets. I already have some in the bag from previous, so this one's covered. Now let's check out that shield wall. Now, can I see anything on me? I don't really see anything on me right now, so maybe if I go up against some mobs or something a little bit later, I'll try that out. But, we'll see. Maybe that's not working in this version. There are some things like that. But we've seen barriers before. And, let me see here. The next one, the Illuminati Pet. And this is one of my favorites. The Illuminati Pet is definitely one of my big ones. And because of this, I have to go over something real quick. I have to make sure I know where the right button is here. Aha, that's not contradicting anything. Excellent. It's very important because with all inventory pets, they have a special ability that you don't have to use an anvil to rename them. You can use a hard link button instead. So if you have one on your hotkeys, you can rename them. And my traditional name for an Illuminati pet is Yes Man, and you'll see why in just a moment. Because this one has some very special abilities. Now, first of all, his favorite food is emerald nuggets, and to craft one up, you'll need some. And a nether star and a diamond, and the reason why this one is definitely worth it for that, I'm about to show. So, let's put a little pet food in here. Nom nom nom. Because it has two special abilities. One is to spawn a random item, and the other one is a special true invisibility power. This allows it to make it where even, like even your, I think it's even your armor disappears. So let me try that one first. No, I guess it's a little bit different. Oops. Okay, so it's not rendering the invisibility, but either way, it still will be invisibility. Like, enemies don't see that you're here, but apparently you can see yourself, which is actually even cooler than I first thought. Because previously, that was kind of a bit different. It was like regular invisibility, but at the same time, it was kind of better against enemies than regular. But now, apparently, it does it where you're invisible, but you can still see yourself, which is its own kind of cool. I mean, how many times have you had issues seeing yourself when you had no armor on and you just disappeared completely and you're like, where am I? So that's another thing that happens. Now, another thing that I can do is I can spawn in random items with it, and it will confirm them for me. But this is on a global timer. Because I used the stealth ability that makes me a special kind of invisible, then I can't use the other ability for a few more moments. So before that happens, I'm going to see if I can show off the legendary pets. And there's something very special about each of these. They're not your normal pets. In fact, I'm going to clear off a little bit of space to a degree. Okay. Is he saying he's ready to do things again yet? Nope. It did the sound. Guess it's because I'm still invisible for a while, in a special way. But this is the cloud pet. Normally, you wouldn't be able to craft it. You can toggle the again. This mod is very configurable, and the legends usually are turned off by default in terms of their crafting recipe, but have an alternate way to get them. Now, I'll go over an additional way to get the cloud pet, but the primary way is to be able to fly up to these very special dungeons you'll see. Now, each of the legends has a special kind of dungeon that you can find them in normally, and it's like a rare chance even with that. So you kind of got to do a lot of exploring to find them in survival normally, unless you have the recipe toggled on. Now, it gives you a couple of very special abilities. Now, its favorite food is nether quartz, so remember to have some of that on hand, so I'll need to give myself some in a moment. But you get a special kind of flight ability that's called fast flight. It's kind of like creative flight, but faster. And you also have the ability to unleash lightning strikes. Now, if you've toggled on the recipe, each one of the legends will require another star. So it'll be a few iron nuggets, a diamond, nether quartz, and another star. That is if you have it toggled on. Otherwise, no, there won't be a crafting recipe. So, it's kind of the thing about this mod, is that normally that's considered a very special method. It's not considered the normal way to do it. So, yeah. Now I will fly up in a moment and do things, but I will also, well, actually, I guess I will show this one's native habitat. Whoop. This is the fast flight ability. Note I'm moving a bit quicker than normal. Now, you don't have to hold it for the fast flight, but it does have to be in your hotbar, like with other inventory pets. Now, this area, and I did do something around here previous to check it out. Come at me. Okay, I'm just temporarily invulnerable. But it's apparently very temporary. Goodbye. Now, the thing is, you'll be finding various treasure chests around here. This one has a wither pet, which is actually pretty darn extreme as loot. And it has some decent loot otherwise, including, of course, things that you'll be able to feed your pets and make them with. But just being able to get a wither pet randomly is kind of awesome. And that was just how it was. I just put that invul on top of there because I was trying to rename something entirely different. So yeah, that was from a totally different story. But that's the kind of dungeon you'll normally be able to, on occasion, find these cloud pets in. Now, the ones I showed earlier that are like the little sand cubes and in the ocean are, in fact, the ones that you find another legendary pet in. And on top of that, if you're very careful, one of them you'll have to search the treetops for. And because there'll be this a very, very low visibility well, camouflage treasure chest hanging nearby. It's not a special one, it's just seeing them whenever they're embedded in a tree is kind of tricky. So you might fly over a very wide area and never find one. But there is a treetop dungeon that also has one of the legendary pets. And then there's also one that's always deep underground, like kind of like going into a regular dungeon, only you'll be finding them even kind of deeper and more rarely. Oh wait, is that one? Yes. This is one of the legendary dungeons I was discussing. This one has a mushroom pet, and they always have something thematic for their area, so in this case we have leaves and melons, and a few other things. But basically said, this is what you normally look for one of the other legendary pets, and that kind of summarizes all of the special dungeons you'll be looking for. Oh, there's two of them right next to each other. How convenient. I'll just give this a quick check. Quick check, and I'd get a gas pet here. How convenient. That would be very nice. But yeah, so that's what you'll be doing, is going from treetop to treetop, trying to find one of the other legendary pets, and one that's in fact particularly special. Hey, third time's the charm. A jukebox. And might I add, the thing about the dungeons and inventory pets is they will be guaranteed to have one inventory pet each. So, if you're not if you're good at exploring, you will eventually be able to find a lot of pets this way. Now, there seem to be a few that are kind of excluded, but the dungeons are specifically there for the legends. Now, back to the whole story of where you'd normally find each. Well, the thing is, as I said before, the cloud pet is in the clouds. The slime pet, that's going to be this one, is the one that you'd find in those treetops. This one, the black hole pet, will be the one that you'll find... Ah, it's ready for the other thing now. Is the one you'll find deep underground, and this pufferfish pet is the one you'll find in the sea. Although, I suppose I could try something else out before I, Numbers aren't showing exactly. I don't think I got that quite right. Just trying to configure something. Well, I can still use a quick lightning strike somewhere, right? Okay. Hey, I can spire it. It has a very long range, it's basically wherever you aim at, so yeah. Very useful for whenever you need lightning. And that does come up in some mods, so yeah. Oh, wait. You can also aim at a creature to hit it as well. I think I accidentally, well, it dropped down to 1 for a moment whenever I was using the lightning effect, so it kind of had that delay before it fed, and then I fell for a second. So you can kind of see how that one could be a bit dangerous if you're overland. In fact, let's do that on purpose for a moment, because the next one, the slime pet, that's one of the legends, can save you from death. I mean that, literally. Like, its favorite food is a golden apple for a reason. So it has very expensive food, but it has something very extraordinary. Now, I can definitely tell you the rate that this one goes at. For every 4 times it saves you, it has to eat one of those golden apples. So, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of extra lives this way, but it's going to cost you. Now, if you have the recipe turned on, rather than looking through those little treetop dungeons, it'll require some emerald nuggets, a diamond, a nether star, and a golden apple. That is a regular golden apple, not enchanted, so don't worry about having to go that far, especially when they're awfully hard to find these days past the combat update unless you have the right mod. So, of course, several of them do tend to add it back in. So, it is kind of a thing where it's kind of common because a lot of people preferred having a recipe, so, yeah. Now, because this one is powered back up, I'll go ahead and see what my random thing is. A Corallium gem. Interesting. See? Random stuff. Now, there's a config option for the Illuminati Pet. A couple of them, actually. One of which, nowadays, it does have a blacklist in case you do not, in your mod pack, want it giving people certain things. So that can be done. It has a blacklist option. Additionally, another option is to make it where it will only give you things with recipes. So that way it will avoid doing things like giving creative items that would normally be, kind of like restricted for playtesting purposes. So, in that case, you have that option to do as well. And you can, of course, give it its full privileges of being pretty much anything. It also has a very special event associated with it when it comes to Illuminati Pet. It has a very special chance of spawning itself. In this case, I don't think it actually gives you the other Illuminati Pet, but instead you get this absolute party. It's very rare, but really cool. It gives you a lot of cool stuff, gives you the achievement, and it sounds quite an alarm of awesomeness, so that's definitely an achievement to do that. Well, randomly. Anyhow, on with the other legendary pets. We have the black hole pet. Again, normally you'd be finding these in those special dungeons, although in this case, deep underground. Now, this one's favorite food is an obsidian nugget, and if you've toggled the recipe on, it'll be coal nuggets, an obsidian nugget, a diamond, and another star. Now, its special ability is to slow down time. And this is actually pretty cool. It will actually slow down how, entities move in all sorts of ways. So let's see if I can get in another blaze here, just so I can matrix dodge. Its favorite food, by the way, is, again, obsidian nuggets, and I've already got some of those in my feed bag, so I should be fine. Hello? I need a blaze so I can demonstrate this. Well, I'd like to demonstrate with a blaze. Please, over here. I know this one still has an active spawner. Again, they are camouflaged in there, so... But one of these cloud blocks is in fact a spawner. In some versions, you can actually harvest the cloud blocks from this particular dungeon, and they have some interesting properties. I mean, after all, they're very... Are you slow now? Yep, they're moving real slowly. Even the initiation is sluggish. This is hilariously cool. I just matrix dodged them so fast I'm behind them. Oh my gosh. That is cool. Okay. But yeah, your projectiles, on the other hand, remain at normal speed. So this allows you to outpace your enemies by altering your perception of time, and for that matter, how it actually flows in your world for a little while. So that is why the black hole pet is a legend, is that power is pretty extreme. So as you can imagine, that's not going to be something that you're going to be using all the time, but it is pretty cool. Now, the last of the legends is the one that, when I showed that sandy little cube before, it's the kind of dungeon you'll be looking for to find it. And its favorite food is glowstone dust. Now, its special properties are that it grants you a constant thorns-like effect and will poison your enemies. Now, if you have the recipe toggled on, darn lips. Well, actually, that was just kind of a weird timing. Anyhow, if you have the recipe toggled, you will use gold nuggets, glowstone dust, a diamond, and another star to be able to make this particular pet. Otherwise, have fun searching the seas. And it has a favorite food of glowstone dust, which I already have loaded. So, let me see here. I figure because they're more melee, I might try to see if I can get a slime to attack. Okay, that's just funny. Ignore that. It has nothing to do with this mod. It's just a Tinker's Construct thing. The congealed slime blocks are in fact bouncy all the way. Okay. Numbing is happening. Hello, any slimes I can pummel? I'd kind of like to know if there's any I can do. I mean, I could try reactivating one of these guys. Sheep pet. Oh. See? I poisoned them, which is always funny because you wouldn't think that a blaze would be able to be poisoned because it's made out of elemental fire. But that is something that you can do in addition to any of your other attacks. You can poison creatures. Now, will you try to just hit me? Hit me? I want to show the thorns effect. He won't melee. He seems to be a little cautious about it. He knows what I'm going to do. So, no. Now these guys, on the other hand, mosh pit. And note how they also get poisoned. Because that ability is both offensive and defensive. Anything that does that will take a serious hit. So, yeah. You can tell that they're not going to enjoy this at all. Actually, they're more withered, so this might not be regular poison. This might be wither attack. You can tell it actually has kind of a special sound effect whenever it does that. Yeah, I think that's more withering than poison in the regular way. Because, I don't think that's normal poison. That's kind of like whenever Battle Gear 2 says poison arrow, it means wither. So, I can see how that is kind of an understatement of poisoning enemies. That's not regular. That's even better than I thought. But, yeah, this is one of the legends, so normally you'd be searching for it, and you can see what your reward really is the ability to seriously injure your enemies. Now, oh, I get another free item. Kind of. My next item is a shadow fragment. Oh, by the way, wherever this is, that that countdown will track which one it is that's counting down. So your cooldown will cycle whether you have it in your hotbar or not. So you can just have it anywhere, and eventually it'll say, yeah, I'm good. So I think I'm going to grab myself. Oh wait, never did have the opportunity to use some of this food whenever I did that review. So I think I'll have myself some French fries. Thank you very much. Just cause. Why? No other reason. Just I need to feed because I let myself get attacked. So yeah, that's just the only real reason why. And if I need more food, I have more in there. So nom. Leftovers. From another review. Anyhow, the holiday pets are a special exception. I have not just Christmas, the Petmas pets in their own section, and the thing is about them that they do not require food. They're just like one use per day, and so that whole thing I did with the 12 pets, with the 12 days of Petmas. Well, there's more than 12 pets here. So I guess if you were receiving one of those per day, that would be a cool alternative, but that's not how it works. I definitely show them in their own segment. But the thing is, for the 12 days of Petmas from December 14th to 25th, each day you can get a gift. You just use them during those days, and you get them. And I still need more food, so therefore, I'm just going to grab myself something. Potato soup. I'll go ahead and nibble some of the things I only have one of, so I can just use up a little space. Lag. But anyhow, yeah, those will be in their own segment. Now, another special thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably double list a couple episodes I did of Crazy Craft, because there was a couple episodes in a row where I was working with this pet. This pet is another special exception. This is one that you can only use during the month of April. The April Fool pet eats tripwire hooks. The other holiday pets don't. The ones for Petmas do not have foods you need to worry about, but this one does. Now, crafting it does require some obsidian nuggets, some redstone dust, a gold ingot, a diamond, and a tripwire hook. But remember, these are only really active during certain times. And this one is only during the month of April. Now, that whole spawn foolishness thing, it gets crazy. And there's a config option to eliminate the griefer class things that happen to you, like what happened to me during Crazy Craft. I survived them, but still, I was doing the whole quest. I wasn't holding anything back. Now, the thing about it is that that quest is too intricate for for this review to contain in and of itself. So definitely rewatch those episodes of Crazy Craft, or watch them for the first time, because they were crazy stuff I had to go with. Now, later on, I will double list them into this review whenever I remind myself which ones they were, because it was very specifically 2 episodes. It literally took 2 episodes worth just to show what kind of craziness this thing caused and what I got from it. It was a worthwhile quest, I gotta say, but it was kind of bizarre. It led me into some very weird places, so not exactly your normal pet experience. But other than that, I can certainly say that that pretty much concludes my review of Inventory Pets for now. And it's one of these mods that I will be using in more than one way over time, and including in mod packs I play that happen to include it, or ones that I actually make myself, because Inventory Pets is one of those mods I always really think is really cool. And some of them I definitely get more usage out of than others, but all of them are useful in some way. And it's kind of situational. But the whole point is, have a pet that never dies. They will be able to nibble some food out of either your inventory or a handy container. And with that, you will be able to be granted various powers, including those that allow you to teleport around, those that give you combat advantages, ones that give you like insane other abilities, ones that basically act as stand-ins for other kinds of Minecraft content, such as, say, keep inventory, or even the ability to save your life. So they go pretty much around in what they can do, and I find them always incredibly interesting. And because they're just so cutely animated, they also seem to have a little personality to them. So you can certainly say that you can get attached to your inventory pets. I mean, I found at least one that I absolutely always have to rename every time. Others, maybe, maybe not. But this one, definitely. Me and Yes Men here, we always have a good time together. But basically, that's pretty much it for inventory pets for this time. So this has been Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off now. Hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody. Post-credits scene, Marvel style.